Hey everyone, I'm Ellen here at etrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at the Opti-Brite LED Strip Light. This can be used in a variety of different places, just about anywhere that you'd want to have a little extra light. This is going to be sealed and waterproof, so it could work out just about anywhere, whether that's inside or outside. So if you want to put this on your RV, maybe outside for a little entryway light, it does have a sort of wedge design, and when mounted up against a wall, it's sort of pointing out and down like that. I'm going to turn it the other angle so you can see pointing out and down there. Has a black plastic housing with a polycarbonate lens, so pretty durable. This does have an IP rating of IP67, so the 6 in there means that it's impervious to dust. The 7 means that this is practically submersible, so should work in just about any kind of inclement weather as well. I'm going to hook this up to power and ground to show you how bright it's going to be. It is an LED light, as the title suggests, so we don't have to worry about changing out the bulbs pretty much ever. So there's no maintenance with this. It's going to be very bright. Turn it away from you so you don't blind yourself. So pretty bright light there. Turn the lights out in the studio. You can get a better idea of how bright that is. Just pulling it away from the table. So it'll definitely work well for a night light if you want to light up right outside your porch. And for as slim as this is, it's definitely very nice and bright. The clear lens is not going to obstruct our white LEDs, so it just gives you a pure white light there. And again, no bulbs to replace, no brittle filaments that can bust on you. And it's also going to be more efficient, give you that brighter light with less power output, and last up to 50 times longer than incandescent bulbs. So pretty nice bulb, or pretty nice light to work out just about anywhere you want it. Turn our studio lights back on. I'm going to turn this guy off. Now the hardware is included with this. We'll get 2 screws and then 2 pieces of double-sided tape. And I'll show you how those get mounted up in just a second. One thing that I think is not the best is that the wiring coming off the back, it doesn't really have a good spot to go. So you will need to drill out a hole for that to go into, which you probably would end up having to do anyway. But if you wanted to just kind of tuck it back and push it down, or you tuck it up that way, there's going to be a little gap there. So not the best in my opinion, but you can find a way around that fairly simply. You just might have to drill out a little hole or let that go somewhere. But to install this in place, there's these 2 little pockets on either side. So you might notice there's a little groove. If you get something like I have here, like a little screwdriver, and press in on that, it'll release the tab, take that out, and now we can get access to the hole there. So we can put our screw in place, tighten that down, do the same thing for the other side, little groove in there, little indentation, put our screwdriver in, pop out that little cap, and put in our hardware. Again, it does come with those 2 screws. The 2 pieces of foam tape you could maybe use around the wiring to kind of fill in that gap, or depending on the surface that you're mounting this into, maybe screw the screws through the adhesive to give it a little bit more watertight seal so you don't have any water coming in there. Kind of up to you, and also up to the situation that you are using this in. To get this back in place, there's kind of one smaller little tab there. I'd put that in first, and then you kind of have to coax the other side in with your screwdriver to get that back in its little slot, which we'll do here. There we go. And then you just kind of have to wiggle and press it down into place, and there it goes. So as far as dimensions with this, total length is about 9 inches. If we want to get really exact, it's about 9 1/8 inch long by about 1 1/2 inches. Again, if we want to get really exact, it's about 1 9/16 inches. And then the thickness is about 7/8 of an inch for the top of that wedge portion. The wiring coming off the back is longer than my ruler, which is 13 inches, so you probably have about 14, 15 inches of wire to work with, which should be a good amount to at least connect up to some more wire. Our screws, about a 1/2 inch long, about 5/8 of an inch long. So should be everything that you need to get this mounted up in place. As far as the dimensions for the mounting holes, distance between those two center to center, it's about 6 7/8 inches. As far as the light output, the effective lumens is going to be 330 lumens, and the raw output is about 550. Of course, the effective lumens is going to be more the number that you want to go off of, since that's a more realistic representation of how much light output this has. We'll have a total of 9 diodes there. The power draw at 12 volts is going to be 0.35 amps. There is a lifetime warranty on the LEDs as well. Pretty simple to install. I think this is a nice little light that should look pretty good just about anywhere you want to mount it up. But that's going to do it for our look at the Opti-Brite LED Strip Light for RVs.